I've been dancing since I was 2.5, so it's hard for me to say that I know a life without it, really. And anytime I go a long period of time without taking a class, I feel like I'm missing something, and I feel like I'm really lucky to have found it, and I wouldn't want to give it up. It's something I always love to do. It challenges me. I feel fulfilled by it, both performing and observing and learning about it is all very just satisfying, physically and mentally.
She may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks. Cetirizine, your fevers greet me again. Never kisses, or do you ever send a full stop? Do you know where the waffles go? They go along to take your honey. Way down how we build our breakfast down
the dance department has two companies, and one is the Zodiaque Dance Company, and the other is the Zodiaque Dance Ensemble. The ensemble is targeted for younger, newer dancers. Freshmen aren't able to, they're not eligible for the company yet, so that's a really good opportunity for them to get involved with the program. They can be in ensemble, but it ranges also. Sophomores, juniors, and seniors are all in this company also, so that's great. Like, classes get to merge. It is department run, so a faculty member directs it, and then usually there's about, I think, 7 or 8 pieces. This year we have 8 full-length pieces, and they usually pick, it's usually about half and half guest artists or faculty, and half student choreographers. So myself and Jordan and John, the other 2 student choreographers, we had to apply for the position. We had to submit a proposal about what we wanted to do, or at least like what kind of thing we wanted to do. So I talked about the kind of movement that I wanted to use, the kind of music I wanted to use. Like I said, I didn't have anything concrete, but I was able to articulate enough what kind of feeling I wanted to have in my piece. So I think that really gave me an extra pull. I had many ideas before starting the process. That was kind of the first step. I had a lot of ideas about what I wanted the dance to be like and a feeling for it, but I didn't have anything concrete really until I started rehearsing with the dancers. I started taking a class called Individual and Society, and it really started getting me thinking about humans as individuals and as unique beings, but also as being part of members as well as products of society, and an enormous history of relationships and development and changes and transgressions. And so I just found it really interesting, also overwhelming because it's a lot to think about. It's a big concept. Really interesting just thinking about our self, each individual's self, and objectifying ourselves, and stepping outside of ourselves, seeing ourselves in relation to the people around us, both immediately and more globally, seeing our lives in just a bigger picture kind of thing. It really kind of opened my mind up, and I thought well, I kind of dance about that. We can lose touch, but we can to represent human relationships and how we all affect each other, whether we're aware of it or not. There's a lot of group versus the individual that appears throughout the piece, and it also kind of my ideas touch on the idea of nature versus nurture, and how much we are born the way we are and how much we're just created once we're in this world. So.
Those eyes open, 'cause I can't let them fall asleep.
The rehearsal process in the studio, which starts at the beginning of the semester, and the show doesn't happen until now, which is close to the end. It's fairly long, so we have one rehearsal a week, and it's to create the piece. It's basically to create the piece, and hopefully, ideally, we'll be finished with the piece a couple weeks before we actually get into the theater, so that we can start cleaning and working on actual like final details in the studio, because that stuff really can't happen in the theater, because once you get in there and we start teching, it's all about lights. It's all about lighting and sound and making sure that the technical aspects are all together. I got to work with actually a student lighting designer for this piece, and she came to a few of my rehearsals, which was awesome. And her name is Bethany, and she watched the piece and she listened to the music, and I sent her all the info, sent her media about it, and she just started coming up with ideas from there. So she developed a color scheme, she developed some patterns that she wanted to use, and then she would bring these ideas to me. So that was all great. We talked about it a bunch, but you can't see all of that stuff until you get into the theater. So that's what this week is for. So we had 4 nights of tech. The last 2 were our dress rehearsals. We just do a full run through of the show, and hopefully by the last dress rehearsal, everything is clean and everything is set. It's a lot of pressure actually, because it's hard. I know from being a dancer and being in pieces that this has happened. It's hard maybe going into the theater and not feeling confident in the piece that you've been given, or what you're supposed to be doing, or spacing. It's really difficult and a little bit nerve-wracking, because at that point that's supposed to be taken care of, so there's really not any more time for that. All of that, whatever it is, you have to, I know that it's athletic and hard to get there, but you have to at least know where you're going and what count you're supposed to be there. So it needs to be more direct. It needs to be you need to be on the count. You can't be a half a second after the count. It needs to be 1, 2. It has to be the most direct movement that you do in the whole piece. It just looks a little bit that's where the rebound stuff comes in too. It's ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. It's and then it gets lazy. And it really shouldn't have that quality. So try to avoid that as much as possible. So I need to still see that scurry. That still needs to be a thing. Because it's getting lost. It's disappearing. It's just that the whole second time is just a little bit.
When do we jut forward? Is that on 8? And then 1?
This is 1.
It's 1 up.
It's a 1. You catch yourself, a fall catch.
So there isn't a separate count for the and then
no. So she pushes you 6, 7, 8, 1, 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that has stuff really fast.
Okay. Yeah. I
so it's minimal. It's small. 1. It's just a waterfall.
Yeah.
Waterfall.
You get there on taste, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is.
It's the taste.
It goes. Never late. Just enjoy the taste. Okay, so it's enjoy taste of the great waterfall. Yeah, that needs to be right on.
I'm trying to think do you guys blank and then do
I do.
You should.
Okay. I don't know if I just so you did, but I feel I do, but I don't know.
You do.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I do.
And it's once you get to your spot, just be there. Don't be fidgeting. It should be that you get there. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So as a choreographer, I try to make sure that I'm on top of my game enough to that my dancers feel comfortable and ready to be on stage, that they can just perform. So they're all set, so that all the variable elements they can do their thing and without having to worry about the piece. So it's hard to realize that okay, this is it and I can't make any more changes and that's what it is. But you kind of just have to step back and let the tech people just do their thing.
Tra la la, tra la, tra la.
dark.
Yeah, walks to count the steps. 18 strides and she stops to abide by the law that she herself has set. That 18 steps is one complete set, and for the next 9 right and 9 left. She looks up at the blue and whispers to all of the above. Don't let me drown, don't breathe alone. No kicks, no bites, no broken bones. Never let me sink, always feel at home. No sticks, no shanks, and no stones. Never leave it too late, always enjoy the taste of the great, 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 great world of hearts. And so dogs everywhere, bark, 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 bark. It's what